Welcome to the Time Out with Jeff Sports Podcast with your boy, your sports fanatic, Jeffrey L. Mangum Jr., coming to you on this episode today to talk about and congratulate my Dallas Mavericks on a run to the Western Conference Finals before bowing out to the Golden State Warriors in 5 games. That's right. Hey, we didn't get to the ultimate goal this year, but hey, that's okay. It's okay. We know what we need to do. We know what we need to do to get better. And we know what we need to do to get Luka Doncic the help that he needs to get to the ultimate goal of the NBA Finals and host that trophy up once and for all. Hey, in that series against the Golden State Warriors, we were out-rebounded very badly. Out-rebounded very badly. We gave 2-minute open looks and open shots to the Golden State Warriors, as well as giving second chance points. We know we can't do that. We know we cannot give Steph Curry and Klay Thompson and those Golden State Warriors any extra opportunities to shoot jump shots because that killed us. That ultimately killed us. With that being said, in this episode today, your boy's going to come to you with the top 10 big man center options for the Dallas Mavericks. Without further ado, let's get into it. First on the docket that I want to talk about is my man, the Frenchman, Rudy Gobert. We all know Rudy Gobert has been with the Utah Jazz for several seasons, playing with that man, Donovan Mitchell, as they call him, the Spider. But hey, they haven't got past the second round in any playoff series there is. So hey, it may be time for Rudy Gobert to look elsewhere. Why not come play with Luka Doncic? Why not? He's a better player than Donovan Mitchell. He's proven that time and time again. And he proved it just this season in the first round of the playoffs. So, hey, we know what Rudy Gobert brings to the table. He's a double machine waiting to happen. He's a shot blocker, which we need. He's going to protect that rim. But, hey, is he ultimately the center big man that we need for the Dallas Mavericks? We all know he can slash to the basket. He's a live threat. But sometimes he can be a liability on the court when teams like Golden State and Phoenix look to spread the floor with their shooters and their slashers. So, hey, think about it. Will we give up something on the defensive end as far as matchups by going Rudy Gobert? Or we want a more mobile big man to go with Luka Doncic? That brings me to my next big man in Miles Turner, a Texas native. That's right, he is a Texas native from Bedford, Texas, who would love to come home and play for the hometown Dallas Mavericks. We know the Mavericks have flirted with Miles Turner in years past. It just haven't come to fruition. But hey, it may be time to bring him home to Texas. We know he's led the league in blocks 2 times in his career. We know he can step back, shoot the 3. We know what he brings. He's a pick and roll threat. He's a live threat. He just has the whole bag. So hey, in my opinion, not only as a sports fan but as a Maverick fan, I'm going with Miles Turner. That's my pick. You tell me what you think, sports fans, Maverick fans. Just tell me what you think. Those are the first 2 we looked at. We looked at Rudy Gobert. We looked at Miles Turner. And now we're going to go with Recon Holmes of the Sacramento Kings. Here he is, Recon Holmes. Mavericks have also flirted with this young man in years past. But he ultimately went back to Sacramento, taking the money and going back with a situation where he already felt comfortable with. But hey, this season, he lost valuable minutes to Sabonis, and he took a back seat going to the bench. So he may be looking to revive his career, becoming a full-time starter again in another organization. Why not the Dallas Mavericks? Why not the Dallas Mavericks? With a player, a generational talent like Luka Doncic, as we like to call him, Luka Magic. So those are my first 3 big men that we look at for the Dallas Mavericks. Let's move on as we got 10 that we're going to be looking at today. The next big man on the list is Christian Woods. Christian Woods is from the Houston Rockets. Now, we all know when the Houston Rockets, they obtained Christian Wood, he was supposed to be playing with James Harden and Russell Westbrook. But hey, they traded away both players and rebuild. They didn't sign Christian Wood to rebuild. He's not a rebuilding type of player. So why would he stay with the Houston Rockets and they are looking to rebuild? Why not get this man to somewhere where he can be successful and productive with a team like the Dallas Mavericks? And I'm not just saying it because I'm a fan, but I'm saying why not get this player to a team where he could be more effective and not waste his prime years playing on a rebuilding Houston Rockets team, who finished, I believe, last in the Western Conference this year. So that leads me to my next big man, number 5 on the list. And hey, I'm not looking in no particular order. I'm not going no particular order on how I feel the Mavericks should pick these players. I'm just listing the top 10 big men that I feel the Mavericks should look to acquire via trade or through free agency. And none other than my man John Collins of the Atlanta Hawks. We know how that story goes. The Atlanta Hawks, they did the same thing the Dallas Mavericks did the year prior. They made it all the way to the Eastern Conference Finals with my man Trae Young, and ultimately bowed out to the defending champion, the Milwaukee Bucks. But this season, they only made it to the play-in game with the same roster. So they stayed complacent and made it to the first round. Had to get in through the play-in game, and they bowed out in the first round. So hey, we know John Collins. He got his bag, as we like to say. He got his bag. He got his money, so he's secured. But does he need a change of scenery? Does he need to come with a player like Luka Doncic? Come play with a player like Luka Doncic to ultimately get to that ultimate goal of getting to the championship. We know Trae Young is ice. We got ice water in his veins. He got ice water in his veins. But hey, there's none other than Luka Doncic, who I would love. If I'm a player looking to play and take my career to the next level, I'm coming to play with Luka Doncic. And hey, that's when we look at John Collins. He can step out, he can roll. Now, this dude here, another center that we're looking at, we eliminated them. They were the defending Western Conference champions the year prior. They made it all the way to the NBA Finals. All the way to the NBA Finals. Were up 2-0 on the Milwaukee Bucks and ultimately lost in 6 games. We talk about my man Deandre Ayton. He was a number 1 overall pick in that draft with none other than Luka Doncic and Trae Young. He's with his hometown of Phoenix, Arizona, where he went to the University of Arizona. We understand, hey, it's a feel-good story. You go to the University of Arizona, you get drafted by the team in the state where you went to college at. Hey, it's a feel-good story. Hey, but it may be time for a change of scenery. We all know what happened at the end of Game 7 of that blowout game against the Dallas Mavericks. Hey, him and Monty Williams wasn't seeing eye to eye. They did not see eye to eye. So he ultimately did not put Deandre Ayton back in the game. Earlier, I was reading reports that it's more than likely that Deandre Ayton will be wearing a new uniform this season. Now, we know we got to do some, some cap gymnastics in order to make it work. But we all know this is a player league. So can we get a yes from Deandre Ayton to come play with Luka Doncic? Look at her. They share the same agent and Billy Duffy. We all know how they rolls. Look at LeBron and his agent, Rich Paul. Any player that's represented by Rich Paul and LeBron wants them, they share the same agent. What, they to get paid or they get to go play with LeBron where they also want to play. So it brings me back to the agent, Billy Duffy. Billy Duffy represents DeAndre Ayton and Luka Doncic. Now, mind you, Nico Harrison, the GM, Mark Cuban, Michael Finley, Jason Kidd, they're going to have to put their heads together to get in there and make this money work in order to get DeAndre Ayton to come ultimately be a Dallas Maverick. Then, once we get a yes from DeAndre Ayton, we're going to have to sign a trade to get to the Phoenix Suns. Hey, so that's how I'm looking at with DeAndre Ayton. Can it possibly happen? Now, next on the list of the top 10 big man center outs for the match, Mavericks is none other than Juice Nurkic from the Portland Trailblazers. He mentioned here on Twitter he might sell his house. What does that ultimately mean? I don't know. We don't know. Is it just he just looking to sell his house? He wants something different, or he's looking at these are my last days. My days are numbered as being a Portland Trailblazer. We went to the Western Conference Finals in 2019. Hey, it's time to leave. I love you, Dame Lillard. I love you, Dame Time. But hey, I might need to be trying to go take my talents elsewhere. So that's number 7 on my list. Number 8 on my list is none other than this rebounding machine and Andre Drummond. Andre Drummond has been on, I say, 5 different teams in the last 3 years. It's time for this man to settle down. You know the saying goes, when you've been club hopping, bouncing around from different clubs, your homeboy saying, hey man, why don't you just settle down? Job to job, can't stay stable. Just find somewhere to settle down there. It's time for my man Andre Drummond to settle down. Hey, he's a double-double machine. The man averaged 13.8 points, almost 14 points, 13.3 rebounds in his career. So he's a double-double machine. He's had at least about, just give or take about a good 5 plus, 20 plus rebound game. So we know he's a rebound machine. That's what the Mavericks need. Because they were out-rebounded in pretty much every series, but it was pretty evident in the Golden State Warriors series. So I look for Andre Drummond to possibly come to the Dallas Mavericks and become our starting center. Hey, he's ultimately going to be the starting center if he comes here. Why not? Why not? If we can make the money work and we can guarantee you a starting spot, why not come to the Dallas Mavericks? Then we look at somebody I know who's an NBA champion, who knows how to win, who won in Canada. That's my man Pascal Siakam of the Toronto Raptors. Hey, we know he knows how to win. He's played with star players before. And Kawhi Leonard, why not come play with Luka Doncic? Why not? Hey, it's a no-brainer. We know he can step back, shoot the 3. He's a good slasher. He's going to give you the defense. He has that wingspan, about 7'1", 7'2" wingspan. Hey, why not come play with a generational talent and Luka Doncic? Last but not least, my man Mo Bamba. Mo Bamba of the Orlando Magic. Now, there were rumblings in that draft with Luka Doncic that the Mavericks was going to draft Mo Bamba. I wasn't a fan of it. I wasn't a fan of it for 2 reasons. You can always find a big man. I saw the highlights of Luka Doncic. I'm like, we better go ahead and get him. Why not? Hey, here it is. Sorry about that. Cannot knock down the fan cave of the Cowboys as y'all see it. Y'all see it standing up there. Y'all see it. Don't worry about that. We'll get to my Cowboys later. But right now we talk about my Dallas Mavericks. Back to Mo Bamba. Hey, like I said, he's not flashy. He only averages 7.7 points, 6 point rebound. But you come to play with a talent like Luka, as a fan like Luka, why not? This man will probably average a double-double, especially in points, coming to play with somebody like my man Luka Magic. So I given you top 10 big man center options. I didn't go in no order. At all. Sports fans, Mavericks fans, any fan that's out there. I just gave you my list. I'm sure there are more options. But now, let's just look at it. We have several of them that's up in age. I jotted down 4 of them that I feel like fit the timeline for Luka Doncic for his age. You look at my man Miles Turner. He's 26 years old. He fits the timeline for Luka. You looking at my man John Collins, who will turn 25 in September. You looking at my man Deandre Ayton, who will turn 24 in July. You looking at my man Mo Bamba, who's 24 now. Those 4 guys, they fit the timeline. For Luka Doncic. Now, we all know Rudy Gobert is about to be 30 years old. We know Recon Holmes is 29, Christian Wood 27. Nurkic 28, Andre Drummond is 28, and then Pascal Siakam is 28. But hey, if we looking at getting better and getting out the contract possibly, or even if we can't get out the contract of Dwight Powell, we need to make him a role player, not a starting center. Any of these 10 guys I have listed on this top 10 big man center option is way better than the Dwight Powell. The Dwight Powell cannot be our starting center next year. Period, point blank. He cannot be our starting center next year for the Dallas Mavericks. He has an expired contract. We need to, at all costs, include him in the trade. Thank you for your service. Thank you for your time, Dwight Powell. But it's time to move out Dwight Powell as our starting center. Now, if we can somehow keep Maxi Kleber as our stretch 4, our stretch 5, that's good coming out the bench to add one of these top 10 that I have listed. Like I said, Rudy Gobert, Miles Turner, Recon Holmes, Christian Wood, John Collins, Pascal Siakam will have to be via trade. Deandre Ayton and Mo Bamba, they're both restricted. So their teams, their respective teams, the Phoenix Suns and Orlando Magic, have the right to match any offer because they are restricted. So it'd have to be a sign and trade. Nurkic and Drummond are free agents. Sports fans, Mavs fans, you tell me, you comment below and you let me know which one of these centers you feel will take the Mavericks to the next level and get us to that ultimate goal of hosting that NBA championship trophy. You let me know. Hey, don't forget to hit the big red subscribe button. Thank you for listening. I enjoyed you. Hey, see you soon. Love you. I'm out.